Hi, folks, and welcome to the Signed and Slabbed YouTube reboot. So, I started this channel just over a year ago with the goal to educate and entertain through a series I entitled Flip to the Grail. And the premise of that was based on an old internet blog where someone had turned a red paper clip into a house through a series of different trades and transactions. So my idea at the time was to take $100 and buy and sell cards to see what I could get it to by the 2022 National Card Show in Atlantic City. But what I found was I wasn't quite ready for the weekly grind of recording and editing videos. And because I'd also started this business out from scratch, I was splitting my time too much between some different things, different projects, took on more than I could do. And so Flip to the Grail was put on a very, very kind of back burner. And thus my YouTube channel also went somewhat dormant. I had focused primarily on Instagram because it was easy and became familiar because I was using it on a daily basis, and it allowed me a little bit more real-time interaction with the followers and with the people that I followed. But look, as with all social media and content creation, it became clear that not all formats were suited to every outlet. And I'd like to do some slightly deeper dives into some various topics, and not sure IG is the best place for that. I feel like YouTube's a better place for it. And would like to share what I've learned, expand my knowledge just on social media in general beyond Instagram. So YouTube's going to become a priority for me in this year, 2023. So with that, I'd like to kind of come back and try to revive my channel. But this time, I want to have more talks about how I do cards and collectibles, not just what cards and collectibles I'm doing. I very well may even revive Flip to the Grail, but at least for now, I want to focus on topics that I hear a lot of people struggle with, or they don't even try to start because it maybe seems like it's too hard or too much work. So I'll share what I know and fully expect that I'll get some tips and suggestions from others, which is would be great, and I invite that. People who know some of these things even better than I do. And I'll even look to bring on some guests from time to time so we can hear and learn what they're doing in the hobby. Let's face it, at the end of the day, the hobby needs better content. What's out there right now is pretty clickbaity, mostly driven by people talking about big dollar cards, big dollar deals, big dollar transactions. They're talking about what's going up, why it's hot, why my purchase was the smartest ever, how smart I am, highlight reels of these supposedly massive deals, all-time high prices on this and that. I mean, that's primarily what we get from most of the auction houses. Focuses on $1 million cards, how there's profits everywhere, and then just tons of what I call shock content, kind of fake beefs or just silly stuff that's just designed to get clicks. But what if that stuff is really helping you actually collect anything? What if it is helping you improve what, it could admittedly be a side hustle, or what's actually helping you build a sustainable business or side income from the hobby? There's plenty of people that are out there in social media that will sell you their cards and they'll sell you their services, but how are they really trying to help guide you through how to do this hobby? Well, that's what I'm hoping to do by showing you how I do it every day, living that hobby grind. So, with that, I want to reboot my content with a particular focus on lessons I've learned, places I shop, places I bid, how to find your bidding strategy, services and platforms that I actually use that I find useful and worth the money, how to control your wallet, how to start an eBay store or to build a website so that you can sell some of the things that you own. I want to talk about observations and thoughts about certain products and release schedules. I want to talk about how I identify what I want to collect, how I'm going to collect it, how I curate and segregate my collection, when I identify that it's probably time to sell, how I evaluate what stays in my PC versus what's actually an investment. I want to talk about things that I like, ideas that make sense to me. I'll certainly show off um, cards that I own, and talk about others that I'm after, and even things that I won't touch and wouldn't buy. And I'll tell you exactly why I don't like them. I'll show you cards I'm buying, how I categorize them in my collection, how they move, how I evaluate what stays, what needs to go. I'll actually try and do a ranking this year of my collection, see if I can pare that down to 100 cards or 100 slots, maybe. Even because I collect autographs, maybe I'll do 100 autographs, but that'll be completely unable to do. But it'll be fun to try, and I'm sure people enjoy seeing that stuff. So look, I'm going to try to spend 10 to 15 minutes every day or two talking about a new item on a list of topics that I've developed. And as it progresses, hopefully I can publish a schedule of what's going to come out and when, and learn how to use YouTube and some of the other social media a little better. That for me is a big plus and something I'm interested in learning. And the best way to learn is to try and do it. Um, and so that's one of the big benefits I'm hoping to get from this, just beyond being able to share my collection with you. Look, the goal here is to be helpful, to educate, but also to entertain with my own personal style and humor. And for some people, that'll be great, and other people it won't. That's all right. That's the great thing about the hobby. It's a great thing about content is you have choices. But I'm hoping to give you a better choice than what you've been seeing with some of the main content creators and influencers. And look, I hope it'll be interesting and thought provoking, if nothing else. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm going to simply share how I do it, the things I think about, what drives me, what turns me off, what gets me interested. And I think if I do those things well, it will give all of you some ideas on how to improve and expand your thoughts and ideas around your collection and what you collect. And look, at the end of the day, it should be fun. If it's not fun, then we all need to find another hobby. So I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you'll come back. If you like what you see in here, hopefully you'll subscribe. But more importantly, I hope you'll just interact with me. And I hope if you do like it, you'll share it with a friend. So stay tuned. There's more going to be coming this week as I make my best effort to relaunch this channel and get things moving again. So here's to the hobby. Enjoy the hobby, and hopefully we'll be seeing you soon. Thanks.